It's Raw time, baby. Come on in. We had Gunther making his way down to the ring with his goofy-ass, stupid entrance music. I hate his new entrance music. I don't know why they changed it. I liked the older version better. I don't like this full classical shit. But I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about. Gunther came out and he controlled the ring. The crowd started chanting at him, "We want Cena, Cena this, all of that." And Gunther just shut him down. He looked everybody dead in the face and said at Saturday night's main event, he's going to do the one thing that John said he would never do, and that's give up. At Saturday night's main event, he is going to make him give up. And I believe him after what he did to LA Knight. Look, I know Gunther's got a lot of haters right now because of the whole LA Knight. People love LA Knight. They wanted him to win. They're starting to feel like Gunther's getting pushed a little bit too hard. Maybe he's a little dry and a little bit boring. And I say, fuck all that. Gunther is a beast. He's a killer. He's a monster. He is being groomed to be the next beast, killer, and monster of WWE. He's probably going to be the guy that beats Brock Lesnar and gets that rub for Brock Lesnar outright destroying John Cena. Gunther has to beat Cena. He has to beat him. He has to put him down. And I would even argue that if he wanted to try to choke him out, he should. I don't know that Cena should give up, but maybe pass out. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Gunther getting a huge victory over John Cena. It doesn't even need to be competitive. Just put Gunther over, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. Cena's going to pay it forward, and Gunther's going to be here for a long, long time. So, hate it or love it, he's here to stay. We had Io Sky taking on Kairi Sane with Rhea Ripley and Asuka at ringside. This was a nice little match. I'm not a huge fan of Kairi Sane. I've said this before on the show. I feel like she just kind of tries to mimic what Asuka does to give herself the impression that she has a personality, which she just doesn't. Io Sky, on the other hand, I fucking adore. How could you hate Io Sky? A couple beautiful moves here. The German out on the apron looked sick. Then the moonsault dive over the top rope to the outside. Then the springboard drop kick. Just some great shit in this match. Of course, coming from Io Sky, who ends up getting the victory, pinning Kairi Sane. A little bit of fuckery going on the outside with Asuka, but Rhea set her straight and knocked her ass out, allowing for Io to get the win. This was okay. It was okay. I love seeing Io, but Kairi I could do without. There was this strange little backstage segment with Logan Paul in the locker room with the Braun brothers, the Bebop and Rocksteady, the Meatball twins there, and Paul Heyman. Heyman's talking about why CM Punk, how's he going to call himself the best in the world? It doesn't even make sense. And then Logan walks in and he's just like, yo, somebody's got to knock out this bitch Rey Mysterio for slapping me in my face. And then the Braun twins, the Meatball boys, are like, all right, bet. We'll go do it then. Just like fucking the good henchmen that they are. Who's the leader of this group? Is it Braun Breaker going in to win the world title? Or is it Logan Paul saying, hey, Bebop and Rocksteady, go handle my dirty work? What the fuck is this story? And they didn't even really have a sourpuss about it. They were kind of like, yeah, all right, shit. All right, let's go do it. And then Logan pulls Paul aside and he's just like, hey, I got their back too. And Heyman's like, oh, I love you. I love you so much, Logan Paul. Logan Paul, you're so handsome with your blonde curly hairs. I don't know that I get the point of this. He slips him the brass knucks. It was a little weird. I don't know what they're trying to set up here. I don't know who's in charge, what angle they're trying to run. Is Logan not getting along with the Meatball twins? Is he? What is this segment? Somebody let me know in the comments. Rey Mysterio was on his way out to the ring for what? I don't know. Was he going to cut a promo? Doesn't matter, because Logan Paul came out and bow! took his ass out, laid him out outside the ring, gave him a good little beat down, threw him back in the ring, had those brass knuckles out. He was shining them up real nice, getting ready to pound knuckle sandwiches into Ray's face when all of a sudden Ray fought back. Hit Logan, got him on the ropes for that 619 action, and wouldn't you know it, but our masked man makes an appearance again, takes out Rey Mysterio, gives him the old stomp ski, super kick, then a stomp, still trying to push the narrative that it's most likely Seth Rollins, even though we know for a fact that Seth Rollins is hurt, or do we? Because he faked it last time. I think they're trying to lean into that here. Then the other rumor that a lot of people have been talking about is maybe it's LA Knight. Well, maybe it is, but it's not, because after Logan Paul pounded knuckle sandwiches into Rey Mysterio with the brass knuckles like he was finna do earlier before Ray got all fighty backy, LA Knight comes running out. Now, there's zero chance that he could have been the guy under the mask and then ditched it in a fucking broom closet real quick and then ran back out the other side. He was chased out the building by security. So it's not LA Knight, but LA Knight comes out, and by God, he's still trying to get himself over after losing to Gunther. We'll see how that works out for him. Crowd seemed to like him, and he picked a fight with Logan Paul. Says he's in a bad mood, things haven't been working out for him, and he sees this guy beating up little old Rey Mysterio, and he ain't going to be taking it no more. So he challenges him to a fight tonight. I don't know, man. Why we feel like we're a little bit all over the place here. Excuse me. Are we building up for a Logan Paul Rey Mysterio match? Or are we doing Logan Paul versus LA Knight now? Is LA Knight feuding with the Vision? What exactly is going on here? LA Knight threatened to take out the Masked Man. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out and if LA Knight is involved in any way. But honestly, I can't see where this is going right now. Seems like they were setting up 3 fucking different storylines here all at the same time, and none of them went anywhere. But hey, that's just me. Tag Team Championships on the line. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defending against the returning War Raiders, Eric and Ivar. And this was a pretty solid little knock down, drag them out tag team match. Lots of flying around, lots of fun little spots. We had Dragon Lee trying to lift, trying to lift the big man Ivar up on his shoulders to show how mighty and powerful he is, and he fails miserably and falls over backwards into the ropes and almost drops Ivar on his head. But nope, he was determined to get him up, so he tries it again and he falls over again. And then he tried it again, and this time Ivar had to basically leap into the air to be able to get up on the shoulders and quickly disperse him back down to the mat. Look, man, don't do a power spot, a feat of strength. Oh my God, he got the big man up on his shoulders. If you can't get the big man up on your shoulders, and you need the big man to give you a big giant jump to leap up there. Now, I do realize that in wrestling, it's not all deadlifts, right? Guys give a little push ski to help people up. But if you can't hold the guy stable on your shoulders, don't do it. It's not a cool spot. It's not a feat of strength because you're not strong enough to do it. I don't know why this is difficult for Dragon Lee, but he's foreign, so maybe it's just in his country that's how they do feat of strength spots. I don't know. Not a huge fan of Eric and Ivar, really. I could do without the War Raiders, but I love a good stacked tag team division. And at the end of this is what this was all about, was reestablishing the tag division. We had the New Day come in the ring after AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, a.k.a. AJ Lee, got the win in the tag team titles match. And the New Day came in and gave him the old face down. Then Eric and Ivar came back in the ring, and they were going to stare them down. We got this whole tag team division thing going on. Then we had the Usos. Usos. We had Yeet Boy Jey Uso coming down the aisle with his cooler, more charismatic, more talented, more handsome, funner older brother, Big Jim. And they came out and they did the whole Yeet Boy dance with the yeeting and the little kids and stuff. And then they get in the ring and they're staring down the tag team division. And Jey Uso's about to hyperventilate and pass out because he's winded again from doing his entrance again. And then they got to run it back, bro, because it's so cool. Let's do it again one more time for Kansas City. And then they do the Yeet Boy dance again and declare themselves back in the tag team division. And this was a little weird. We had Big Jim kind of like, hey, I was sitting home at the couch and I was watching Jay fuck this up and Jay fuck that up and then Jay fuck this other thing up. And I had to call Jay up and be like, yo, Jay, where we at with this shit, bro? Jay looked like he was kind of getting scalded like a dog a little bit. He looked like his heart wasn't completely in it. If I had to guess right now, here's what I think is happening. I think we're still on the trail to the slow burn, a very slow burn heel turn for Jey Uso. Maybe they're trying to salvage it by just putting him back with his brother. Like, well, he's really not cutting it here in the singles division, but maybe we can heat him back up if we pair him up with Big Jim again, because Big Jim's actually talented and charismatic. But then I still think just the looks on Jay's face, he was, like I said, Jimmy was like, oh, and Jay lost the title, and then Jay lost the other title, and Jay lost the John Cena match, and you could just see Jay like, okay, man, geez, fuck. Why you gotta twist the knife after you stick it in, So I still think we're on the path to see Jay turn. I think you're dragging it out too long. I'm all for long-term storytelling. I am in favor most of the time of long-term storytelling. I just think it shouldn't take Jay this long to turn heel. And I think you might just kill him off before you get him there. Obviously, turning him heel could heat him right back up, so who knows? But again, I go back to I would have turned Jay heel the night after he lost to CM Punk. And he came out, they had that backstage meetup. And Jay's like, yeah, I'll be your partner tonight. And Punk's like, all right, we'll bet. Let's do it. Jay should have turned on Punk right there and been Punk's first opponent for that world title. I just don't get, why are we dragging this out now? Now we're back in the tag team division. It's a bit of a disconnect. It's too much of a dragging it out. And I think that they're just killing Jey Uso cold right now. Cold. He should have turned heel. It would have salvaged him a little bit. They don't know when enough is enough with the Yeet dance intro and stuff. Like, sure, the fans are still into it and shit in the crowd, but we're sick of the, let's run it back thing. Like, it's really wearing out its welcome for us watching at home. And I just think we're at a point where we got to do something new with Jey Uso. And I think they're on their way there because the body language was there in Jay in this promo here. I just don't know why we're taking the long route and going back to the tag team. Is he going to turn on his brother and we get another shitty WrestleMania match? Please spare me. I have no interest in any of that. Keep him the fuck away from his brother at this point. I had said possibly pair him back up with his brother if the heel turn doesn't work out. But I think you've come this far with Jey Uso trying to make a solo thing work for him. And the babyface, he's reached a peak at this point. Time to turn him heel before people completely reject him. Every week you're running out of steam and favorability. You're milking it. You're sucking it dry, bro. You're sucking it dry. Turn that fucking bitch heel as quick as possible at this point. I don't know why they're dragging it out, and I don't know what we're doing with the tag team division here. But hey, I'm all for a stacked tag division. Let's do that. But Jey Uso, yeah. They did basically the same exact thing that they did before Survivor Series, where Jackie Redmond's in the ring calling out Stephanie Vicaire for an in-ring interview, which you know is just an angle waiting to happen. Stephanie comes out looking, oh, goddamn, I don't want to be a creep, but that corset. Anyway, she comes out. And she's in there and she's cutting a promo basically saying, yeah, you know, Jackie asked her who's next. She's Goldberg. I'm ready for anybody. She names a bunch of names. And then Nikki Bella comes out and I'm like, oh my God, not again. Not again. Why are they going here? We don't need to see this again. We barely needed to see it for Survivor Series. But it's done. It's been done. We don't need to run this back and drag it out for a couple more PLEs. Thankfully, as Nikki gets up to the ring, she's like, I am demanding my rematch. Raquel Rodriguez comes through the crowd and fucking just nails her. Picks her up, lawn darts her into the steel post. Nikki Bella's out of this game, man. She demands a rematch. Excuse me. I'm dry doing these. Been recording quite a few videos. Wow. So much for demanding your match, right? Because Raquel Rodriguez basically steps over her in line, plants her flag, and says, all right, bitch, to Stephanie Vicaire. You're calling people out. You name the time, you name the place, and I will take that world title from you. I would have thought that they were going to gear Raquel and Roxanne up for a tag title run and let Liv make a play for the world title, but maybe they'll get there because Stephanie will beat Raquel. But sign me up for Raquel versus Stephanie again. You know, they did that match before already, and I thought it went pretty well, but I think they maybe left a little bit on the table, and maybe they did that on purpose to set this up for here, but I'm for it. Any longtime listener knows that I'm a big fan of Raquel Rodriguez. And of course, I am a huge, huge mark for La Primera. So sign me up for this. Let's see that one. Backstage with the Judgment Day in the Judgment Day Clubhouse, Raquel Rodriguez comes back, and Liv is wondering why Raquel didn't smarten her up about her plan to go beat down Nikki Bella and challenge for the world title. Raquel's like, oh shit, I didn't know you were the boss of me all of a sudden. And Liv's like, nope, that's not what we're doing here. I'm just saying. Would have been nice to know, that's all. So they made nice, and then Liv's like, well, I guess Roxanne, me and you are going for the tag titles. I have a feeling that Raquel is not going to win the women's world title, and that Liv is being built up to take on Stephanie Vicaire. And maybe they are playing the long game with this one. Maybe Liv's not going to get that world title shot until a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania. Save it for WrestleMania. If you can make it that far, make it a WrestleMania match. Liv's a big enough star at this point. Stephanie by then will most certainly have all the credibility in the world, but she's already proven herself. She's already worthy of that. Stephanie Vicaire versus Liv Morgan for the world title at WrestleMania. That's what I want to see, but we'll see how this plays out. Liv... Man, Liv looking fine, Liv. Liv is unstable, it seems, right now. She's always been a little unstable, but I feel like there's some extraness going on with her, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like she's up to something. She's scheming, and I don't necessarily trust her, but I kind of like that. I don't know. Call me crazy. What are you going to do? You like what you like. Lyra Valkyria with Bayley with her at ringside, taking on Roxanne Perez with Liv Morgan with her at ringside. This was actually my favorite match of the night so far. They were out there scrapping. It was like they were kind of battling for holds. It looked a little rough around the edges, a little sloppy. And as much as I love Roxanne Perez, and I think she's great, and she is, this was a lot of Lyra Valkyria here. She's got a more realistic style. I think, we got a great run out of Big Time Bex with the Intercontinental title, but I honestly think they dropped the ball by letting Becky get the best of Lyra in their little feud and taking that title. It really, really set Lyra back. And pairing her up with Bayley isn't helping either. She's probably learning a lot hanging out with Bayley on TV and working with her, but Bayley's way overrated for me at this point. All respect to Bayley and what she's done in the past too. She's just dead to me. She has no heat at all. Nothing. Don't care. So I feel like she's dragging down Lyra. But they had a hell of a match, man. Like I said, they were scrapping it out. They were really fighting for it. You could see the marks on their bodies from, just the war wounds of grappling and stuff. There was some good outside of the ring play by Liv Morgan. That spot where Liv was kind of like playing possum, I guess, to a certain point, where she was laying on the outside of the ring on the apron for an extended period of time after she took the face bump. And then Lyra hits the ropes and Liv kicks the foot up, kicks her in the face, and then Roxanne hits that Pop Rocks. Great move, by the way. Funny story. I don't know. I was watching, just scrolling my Facebook, and I saw a video from the fucking 1930s. It was funny. The caption was like, these kids in their damn high spots, wrestling from the 30s, old timers. They're grappling it out, and he's got them in like a headlock hold, and then he just like quick does a flip over and then flips him over. He does the fucking Pop Rocks on him, and the crowd pops and goes. I was like, what? Goddamn high spots, these kids. They're going to ruin wrestling. I thought that was cool as shit. I was like, goddamn, Roxanne Perez finisher has been around since the 30s, and it looks spectacular still to this day. So that was really cool. Though the transition in the 30s looked much more realistic and was actually really fucking cool. But this is the best match of the night so far. We had L.A. Knight on his way out to the ring, and as God as my witness, the fans popped for L.A. Knight. How are the fans still with this guy, L.A. Knight? I can't believe it. And boy, let's just jump to the chase. Yeah, match. It was fine and all that. Whose Cheerios did L.A. Knight piss in? Okay, I'm really starting, so I recorded a whole video earlier about LA Knight. Where do we go from here after the loss and stuff? This is worse. I thought we were going to get a redemption tonight. He's going to get a win over Logan Paul because Logan can get his heat back, and LA Knight desperately needs some kind of... He comes out, he cuts the promo. He's like, yeah, it's not been my luck, but it's your ass tonight. Okay. Nope. We're just going to beat LA Knight in the ring. Then we're going to, the Masked Man comes out, does the Stomperoonie on LA Knight again. Fine. Then LA Knight has to be, he gets how many tsunamis in the ring? He gets completely squished and flattened by the Bronson Reed, the big tsunami off the top rope. They drag his ass backstage, and now we got Logan Paul. We got Braun Breaker cutting this hell of a promo. CM Punk, you're an old-ass man. I don't want the old-ass nice guy that's walking around here being all fake and phony. I want the old CM Punk. And look, Braun's still getting really, really good on the mic here. He's still a little bit awkward. I'm starting to think that's the Steiner in him. I'm still watching to see if it's just a nervousness that he's trying to work out and get more comfortable out there, which he seems to be, or if it's just, Scott Steiner was an awkward, weird fucker. He certainly wasn't shy, just an awkward fucker. So maybe that's the case. But while Braun's cutting this hell of a promo on CM Punk, they go back to LA Knight backstage. And I honestly thought, okay, we see Logan and fucking Bronson Reed go chasing backstage again. LA Knight's being dragged backstage, and they're trying to show he's tough. I don't need help. Screw you guys. So Logan and Bronson go running. I thought this would be a setup for like Punk to come out of the crowd, even though we've had the mask guy jump out of the crowd twice and get a piece of Braun Breaker here. Oh, by the way, Braun Breaker. I'm going to take your this, I'm going to take your that, and I might even take your wife. Too much. You don't say that shit. Come on. That's below the belt. That's cheap shit. I'm sure that was cleared, but why you gotta go there? Just for the, I can't believe you said that. So backstage, they go back there. Nope, nothing to Braun Breaker. They're just going to pan back to the backstage where Logan Paul and Bronson Reed continue to beat the shit out of LA Knight. They pick him up. They throw him through a table. They're like, all right, you bitch, fuck off now. And they go to walk away, and LA Knight's still no, you guys are bitches. So they're like, God damn it, what do we do with this guy? So they grab him and they drag him in between these cars. They drop him on the hood of a car, and then they drag his ass to the top of the car, and they tsunami him off a stack of whatever the fuck down on top of the roof of the car. They murdered LA. Who did LA Knight piss off backstage? What did he do? Did he make a pass at Stephanie? Did he tell Triple H that he's not what did he do? Whose Cheerios did he piss in? I was going to say, I did a video earlier. Sorry, I'm emotional. Fuck off. I did a video earlier today. That'll probably come out tomorrow. It's a little bit dated now, so maybe not. About what do you do with LA Knight now? And I was going to say, like, what do you do with him at this point? He's already beyond credibility loss. And now you're just going to crush him more? I was saying maybe he's just not that guy. Maybe he didn't piss people off backstage. Maybe he's just, a solid upper mid-carder. No, he pissed somebody off backstage because they are burying him. Anybody? Okay. The definition of burial, you guys, when you throw around bury, not you guys, you're all smart and cool, but the marks on the internet, right? They throw around the word bury all the time. Oh, he's burying him because the guy loses a match or something. This is being buried. This is what buried looks like, folks. They absolutely buried LA Knight here. I don't know what LA Knight did. What? This poor fucking man. I actually have sympathy for him now. Before I was like, I don't get it, whatever. It's just, now I'm like, okay, you're just being mean now at this point. We're going to have Logan Paul beat you. I love Logan Paul, but we're going to have Logan Paul beat you in the main event of Raw. Then we're going to put you through a table backstage and through a car. How's that sound? Get your heat back? No, we're just gonna destroy you on Raw to put the Vision over. That's our plan. Oh my God. What a night. I would have been pissed to have bought a ticket to that show. There were no real big stars there. It was completely uneventful, somewhat boring. And this is why I don't like to buy tickets to events. SmackDown was coming back to my area again. And I was going to pass on it. I went last time because it was on John Cena's last match tour. He physically had a match. He faced Ron Killings. It was the famous CM Punk pipe. I'm wrapping it up. Just chill. CM Punk reverse pipe bomb night. Now I was like, it's probably just going to be some boring shit like it was tonight. But then they went ahead and made it a double booked show because of the Christmas or whatever, so they're taping Raw. So I was like, all right, well, it's Raw and SmackDown. So even if it sucks, it's a twofer, right? So, but I would have been so pissed to have been there and spent money on that show tonight. But anyway, what are your thoughts? We'll leave it there. Let me know down in the comments. While you're there, hit the subscribe button if you want to check out more videos from your boy. And hit the like button. It tells YouTube that the video is okay, and it shares it with other people. And that helps me greatly. So do that. Do that now. Go do that. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy, Seth Grimes. and we will catch you in the next Raw review.
Thank you for checking out the video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to rest in peace.